from the Energy Boutique with your energy forecast for Thursday, June 1st. So welcome to June. I'm going to encourage you to listen to June's energy forecast. I'm going to encourage you to download your zodiac forecast. And of course, you can do that individually on my website, or you can jump over, become a Patreon subscriber, and access all of the content. We have a lot going on for this very first day of June. A lot of notable mentions, meaning that Mercury has completed his post-shadow period. He is now up to snuff, up to speed. We are moving into new territory where new information, new perspectives, new details are emerging. And of course, we are loosening the grip of that grand cross that we've been experiencing since mid-May. A lot of that is Jupiter and Pluto. Of course, Mars got thrown in there. The nodes of the moon got thrown in there. And that is why we've been in a state of paralysis, kind of dealing with opposition, conflict, challenges, and not being able to take any kind of action on it. We also have Jupiter and the true node conjunct here today. Pretty magical time for us, seeing as it's been, at least a decade since this has happened. And we are kind of seeing manifestations, hints, clues, validations, confirmations of the path moving forward. Again, not all of these energies are going to appear in the day in which the aspects are direct, but it does activate the domino effect of energies that will definitely be accumulating and showing us this brand new path, this brand new direction moving forward. So there are 10 different aspects here today. 8 of them are going to involve the moon in Scorpio. And just a reminder, the moon in Scorpio is super intense, very, very deep, okay? Very passionate, whether good, bad, or otherwise, doesn't matter, and very much transformative. So we are kind of seeing the bridge that the moon in Scorpio is providing, leading us out of the life lessons of May and, of course, into the life lessons of June. And again, listen to that June energy forecast for all of those particular details. But we are definitely emotional, highly intuitive. We are digging deep within ourselves to see where the problems are still alive and well in order for us to turn that darkness into light. That is one of the main reasons why Scorpio energy is kind of feared, kind of shunned, because nobody likes to do the work. Nobody likes to feel the funk. Nobody likes to have to do a deep dive in the psyche, in the heart space, and really analyze where the pain, where the trauma, where the blockages are preventing us from actually moving forward. So there is a lot of energy here today. I am going to do my best to give you a rundown through it all, but just know that we have a lot of cusps that we are kind of crossing over. There's a lot of crossroad point energies here. So we are going to feel that back and forth, that ebb and flow, that up and down, that stop and go. And as you may already know, if you've listened to the June energy forecast, as we kind of near the end of the day here today, we will be slipping into the full moon energy window. Of course, we have that full moon in Sag coming at us here on Saturday. You can get the rundown again in the June energy forecast and in the zodiac forecast as well. So we kick off the day with Jupiter conjunct the true node. And again, this is a very magical time, very karmic, very divine as far as the scripted energies go. And because Jupiter is in this Taurus energy for the next year, we are definitely growing, definitely expanding our physical realms where opportunities are concerned. We really have an opportunity to not only stabilize the things that are working, but to grow new foundations and structures that we will be building on over this next year. And of course, the true node, our soul path, our destiny point, it's giving us hints, clues, and indications that we're on the right path. And we are seeing that manifest. We are seeing it in our physical realms. This is not imaginary. This is not just downloads of insight. This is actual tangible hints and clues, what we're moving away from and what it is that we're moving closer to. The moon in Scorpio is going to be making a positive interaction with Neptune. Neptune, of course, in its place of power in this Pisces energy. We get some water on water action here. Water on water is very cleansing, very purifying, especially helping us to kind of rid those not so nice thoughts and feelings away, leaving us with a state of choice. What do we want to conjure up? What do we want to manifest? What's the dream? What's the vision? Where are we going from here? And so there is a very deep, very profound type of energy kind of leading us into this new path that is very much in alignment with our higher selves. The moon, of course, is going to oppose Jupiter. Jupiter, again, kind of snuffed up with the North Node, which is in Taurus energy, means that it's sitting across from the South Node in Scorpio energy. So the South Node kind of keeps us in the realm of familiarity. We have a hard time kind of growing, healing, pushing past some of those things because we result back to the egoic programming. We are, with Jupiter and the North Node in Taurus, we're pushing through that. We are creating space. We are building something new. We are in a creator type of chapter, creator type of story. And so with the moon kind of sitting across from Jupiter, we are definitely having our emotions magnified. Jupiter turns the volume all the way up on whatever it is that we're thinking and feeling. And although there is a certain level of optimism, of confidence, really kind of being instilled in our faith, in our trust process of the universe here, we are going to see a magnifications of our fears, doubts, and insecurities that may be blocking us from doing the kind of growth, the kind of healing work that we are looking to move forward to do. And of course, because Jupiter and the North Node are so close together, the moon is going to oppose the North Node shortly thereafter, which means that the moon in Scorpio is sitting next to the South Node in Scorpio as well. This is definitely going to unearth some darker thoughts, some darker feelings, and really have us kind of more focused on the past than we are moving forward. But the beautiful thing here is that we see the perspective now changing of what it is that we're moving away from and what it is that we're moving closer to. The moon in Scorpio is going to make a beautiful aspect with the sun in Gemini energy. And of course, the sun in Gemini energy is illuminating two different paths, decision, choice, direction. We're very divided in that. And of course, the moon in Scorpio, we're digging deep. We are really aligning with our true, authentic self, what it is that we're being called to pursue here. And of course, we are going to receive major insights, major information, major perspective changes as we kind of move into this new vibe, this new energy, this new month. And those choice points are going to become a little bit more clear, mostly by recognizing what it is that we're not aligned with, what it is we no longer want to experience, what it is that we are closing and shutting the door on. And of course, that reveals to us other options for us to pursue in actually moving forward. Now, the moon is going to square off with Mars. Mars rules over the Scorpio energy. So this is always a really, really intense point. And seeing that Mars, the god of war, ruling over our physical energy, our drive, our passion, our desires, is in this Leo energy, a fixed sign. Scorpio is a fixed sign. Leo is a fixed sign. And what do we get here? We get the stop and go energy. We get the restlessness. We get the passion just kind of burning within us. And we want to move forward. We want to take action. But of course, we're not supported in doing so. And that is why we kind of have to sit with ourselves, mull over what it is that we're inspired, motivated, and determined to do, and really just kind of keep those fires lit in a good way so that, of course, we don't burn ourselves down before we get to actually take action, but to kind of refine the plan, the strategy, and being able to move forward when we're gifted with that green light go ahead, which, by the way, will likely be after the full moon in Sag, because we have some truths, some perspectives that need to be revealed to us under that full moon energy in order for us to close the door on particular perspectives, options, choices, and directions for good. And of course, from that, we are gaining insight on what options and opportunities are left for us to pursue. The moon is going to trine Saturn. Saturn is the lord of karma in this Pisces energy. So we get another water on water sign, water on water aspect. This is cleansing. What are we cleansing? The negativity, the funk, the weight, the heaviness. We are attempting to kind of be a little bit more fluid, to kind of go with the flow, to really take a good look at our roles and responsibilities, to wash away those that are kind of sucking the life out of us, and to really align with a new inspiration, a new motivation to kind of create something new in its place. Now, Mars and Saturn are going to kind of come together, meet up a little bit. This is very much Mars kind of stepping on the gas, wanting to go full speed ahead, and Saturn stepping on the brakes. He's saying, nope, whoa, you don't have a plan. You don't have a strategy. We don't have the support of the universe. You're not going anywhere. So what happens when we have one foot on the gas and one foot on the brakes? We sit still, just smoking our tires. And what does that smoke do? It clouds our vision. And what does clouding our vision do? It creates confusion. And what does confusion do? It makes us a little bit fearful, a little bit uncertain, a little bit insecure. Do we want those feelings? Absolutely not. How are we going to resolve those feelings? Well, we're going to have to achieve balance. And how do we do balance? We have to tap into patience, and not very many of us have been born with that beautiful patience skill, and I have been unable to locate where to buy it online. So if you have an inside loop on that, definitely drop it in the comments below. But here's the thing, the moon in Scorpio is going to interact with the sun in Gemini again in such a way that is going to provide us with a clear opportunity for decisions, for options, for perspectives, for choice points. Of course, the moon in Scorpio needs us to be very passionate about what it is that we're about to exert energy in actually pursuing. The sun, of course, in this Gemini energy, giving us all kinds of very extreme options and opportunities to pick from. And so what we're gifted here is kind of realizing what it is that we're moving away from, what it is that we're no longer attached to, what it is that we're putting an end to, and the transformation of self that is required from us in order to kind of close the door on the past. And again, with the moon in Scorpio, we're definitely reflecting over the last 18 months of changes that have come with the true nodes of the moon being on this Taurus and Scorpio axis, and the sun illuminating for us especially what it is that we're interested in, what we're curious in, where the new passion is absolutely building up in order for us to be inspired and motivated and determined to really kind of take this new path, take this new plan, take this new strategy into our heart space, into our mind space, mull over it, and be prepared when we're gifted with the green light go ahead to absolutely take action. The last thing that we have going on here today is the moon in Scorpio making an interaction with Neptune again. This time, not as favorable, not as graceful, not as harmonizing as the one earlier in the day, but we are going to really receive a lot of psychic downloads, a lot of new intuitive insights. We're going to have a lot of gut reactions about a couple of things, and that in itself is going to lead us into a lot of realizations, a lot of revelations on what it is that we need to leave behind in order to free ourselves up to pursue new paths of passion, of desire, and of happiness.